It is time to lock in. Soak in that piranha, baby. We are about to travel through space and time using tarot. We are about to escape the Matrix. If you are Neo in this bitch, hit the like. If you are not, Cypher, get the fuck out of here. We came for consciousness. We came for evolution. We came for self-mastery. We came for self-actualization. Let's go. Lock in. Hit the like. The first card out today, summing up this reading, is the Sacral Chakra. We are talking about acceptance. There are a lot of things that need to be accepted over the next week ahead. We are talking about bubbling emotions that have been frothing, bubbling, evolving inside of you. The image I get is when you put a paracetamol, a fizzy paracetamol or drug into some water and it fizzes up in the glass. Froth, froth, froth. You've been frothing, foaming at the mouth for something new. You've been frothing at the mouth for evolution. You know what you want. You know what way you want to go. You know you're magical. You know you're different. You know you're powerful. You know your manifestation's tapped in. You know your intelligence is high. You know you are incredibly gifted. So why are you not moving forward? I'm looking at the Seven of Wands. Resistance. Resistance all around you. Haters all around you. Ciphers all up in the building. No. We can't have that. So we're going to dive deep today. The cards are screaming. The cards are excited. It is a kick-ass energy. So let's talk about that kick-ass vibration. There's a motivation inside you. There's this clock that's just been activated. There's this timer. You've got a window of time. I like this window of time. It suggests that there is an ending that is inevitable. I wanted to say a climax. I wanted to say this awesome wave of success. But we're going to go slow because the cards haven't said that yet. So let's keep diving. We're escaping any limitation in the mind today. We're breaking free. We're in our highest consciousness. We're evolving. We love our vibration. Are we still breathing in that prana? Yeah, we are. We're shaking off the fleas, the flies, the bits, the bobs, the negative vibrations that come in all forms. Social media, turn it off, push it away, let it go just for a day, an hour, a weekend. Surrender. There's a lot to discuss. Let's go. Yep, success. Incredible success. I'm being told straight away that many of you are not using your intuition and are not really believing in this success. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, because your vibration is giving strong. Your vibration is giving powerful. There's something that's turned upside down in your life, right? I need to look at this some more. It's a very, very interesting story coming out here. Straight away, I'm looking at someone who has just accepted, or over the next week, next 24 hours, next 12 hours, next 7 hours, next 7 days. It's a tight window of time. It's different for all of you, but there is success that you are seeing for real in your mind's eye. You can see the win. You're winning, and it's proven. But what's heading towards the future, which is really not a good look for me? We're going to dive in because this is a twist in the tale I can see. There's a Three of Swords in reverse. There's a Queen of Swords in reverse. There's a Four of Wands in reverse, and there's a Ten of Cups in reverse. Now, that's not what we want to see. And with that, the High Priestess is in reverse. Wow. Temperance, upright. Ten of Pentacles, in reverse. Devil out. And there we go. Nine of Cups. Followed by the Five of Pentacles. We're talking about some real sabotage. We're talking about some real self-sabotage that has affected you, but not because of you, because of your surrounding environment. You've been raised around people that tell you negative things. You're not good enough. You're not going to succeed. You're not going to make it. And then that becomes a program in your mind. And even if they're not around you anymore, even if you're doing your own thing, you get that negative glitch, that, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. The reason most of us are not successful in our lives and thriving in the areas we want to is because there's an old psyop, an old classical condition, an old program that's been ingrained into our sense of self, and that tells us otherwise, right? Because we can do anything we want in this lifetime. We can go absolutely anywhere, be anything and whoever we want to be, provided it's legal and it's realistic, surrounding, once again, the laws of humanity, then you can do that, yeah? So we want to talk about that today, and we want to go heavy on that, because this has to be overcome. It is being overcome, but it has to be acknowledged in your consciousness that this has been a fault setting, a default setting. Change your settings, please. You know, when I've got an issue with my Lenovo, right? And what it annoyingly always does is it sets itself back to Yahoo, or Bing, Bing. That's my. Why is Bing here? Why is Yahoo here? Do you remember those days? Like, why is Yahoo popping up? Why is Bing Ugh. What? The default setting is set to Yahoo. The default setting set to Bing. Yuck. What is wrong with you? I changed the default setting. My Lenovo keeps spinning right back round to Bing and Yahoo. No. I need Google. I haven't got the time to wait. The default setting is overriding your new preference and glitch. You're back to the same shit you've been going through over and over again. You're cycling through bullshit in your life, and you come back round full circle and hitting bullshit again. Why? We're breaking that today. Today is the day we get rid of that shit. We can't keep doing it. It's so irritating, and it's not you. It's not you. Right? I'm coming to let you know today, it's not you. It's the vibration that's been surrounding you. It's the fractals and the shards, the ethereal matter that surrounds your whole circumference, because it hasn't been cleansed away. And it's not something that just disintegrates overnight, yeah? COVID, toxicity in the air, bad air quality, a bug in the code, a glitch. It takes a while to repair the system. Not unfamiliar to the fact that Sam Altman has just decided to close down ChatGPT for a week or so, to give his staff time to have a break because they've been working 80-hour weeks or something ridiculous like that. I don't know. I just saw 80 something, right? Ridiculous hours. And in line with that, Meta's out here stealing the competition. Fully in the nest, stealing competition. There's stress everywhere. Everybody needs a break. We need to come back down to earth. We need to ground ourselves, right? So weird things like companies closing to take a break for the whole staff team, or at least the developers, is unheard of in the field. But this is the gateway to Industry 4, so we're going to play around with that. But how does that apply to you? In what way are you having a OpenAI moment at your corporation? Your corpus callosum? Ooh, nerd. Let's get nerdy. All up in your cranium. How is your hippocampus coping at this time? Life is treacherous, and it starts in the mind. We have also just released the podcast, The Power of the Imagination. We spoke about the imagination and how powerful it is in lifting us up or tearing us down or moving towards motivation, inspiration, or procrastination. So go and check that out. Link to the top of this page, hermatology.me. Podcast every Sunday at 2 p.m. British Standard Time. But we're coming here for you specifically because this is the spiritual realm, where we escape the matrix and remove the burdens from our psyche and rise up towards our higher self. So as we do that today, explain to me why heartbreak is still in your aura. Sorry, who am I? I'm irrelevant. I'm just a voice in a box here. Explain to yourself. Explain to yourself why you've still got heartbreak unresolved, because that's what we're going to have to work on over the next week ahead. Make sure you do your Are You Flourishing survey linked in the description, because that will help you work through your consciousness. I always say if you don't want to send your personal information over to hermatology. Just cut and paste what you can from the survey and do it yourself on your own document, in your own word. Yeah? Or just run through it as if we were having a conversation with yourself and scale it just freely without sending any data in, okay? That's absolutely fine. No one's judging you for that. Work on your psyche, people, okay? So, either way, explain to me what is going on. Because there's wish fulfillment everywhere, but the devil's right next to your wish. The devil's right next to your wish because you have all of this consciousness that you are not willing to turn your head on yet. You don't want to turn the page. You don't want to turn the page. You don't want to let go. You don't want to surrender. You're amazing. Absolutely incredibly gifted, whoever I'm connecting with. And there's magic all over you because the cards that have come out is the 4D and the roll dial cards in the hermatologist deck. The roll dial card says, those who don't believe in magic will never find it. And then the 4D card's out. That's the fourth dimension, right? And that's the dimension where you've just broken free of the paradigm that is the 3D. You're stepping out of the matrix and you're seeing the world for what it really is. This is when Neo really comes alive, right? This is where you really find yourself. This is your destined spot, right? In my head, I'm getting marksman. So take that as it resonates. I'm not seeing that as like military or gun play or anything. I'm seeing that as a marksman in regards to your skill set and what you could really be doing in your life. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome to be a spot-on investigator, analyst, eye-opening, enthusiastic, powerful person with oversight, intelligence, grit. You could be a gamer, right? And you could be sick at the level of gaming you're at. You could be so like I'm getting like different lobby games, but obviously it's been Grand Chess Tour this week, so I'm getting chess and the likes of Gukesh and Magnus and all of that stuff. That's a great example to use. Let's use the world champion and the world's best in this arena. Magnus already smashed the table last month, fucked up the game, devastated, pissed off, full attention. He's got the audacity to come back, right, for Super United and go, Gukesh ain't that good. No, he's one of the weaker players here. What did Gukesh do? Came through, whipped his ass again. Now, Magnus has had no choice but to say, yeah, he's doing really well. He's really good. He's playing great. I feel defeated by the sport at this time. Do you see the takeaway? Would that game have went differently if Magnus was more humble to begin with? The moment that Magnus sat down at the table against Gukesh for the second go, you could see he lost. Did you see the composure of Gukesh at the table versus Magnus? Magnus was already broken the moment he took the seat. As soon as he sat down, head in hands, flustered hair, I was like, okay, he's lost, blatantly. You could see in his demeanour and his body language, the consciousness, he's not there. And you know what's so beautiful? I'm digressing, and if you know about chess, you know about chess. But we're going to use this is the moral of the story today. The moral of the reading today is about this dynamic. Because what I thought was so beautiful about that chess game, Gukesh's gameplay, the style. Everyone kept going every move he made, or every few moves he made. That's not the normal way to go about things. Normally, we'll do this. The next move's this. You could see Gukesh was in his higher consciousness, and he was like, I'm going in. I'm the aggressor in this bitch, and I'm powering forward, and I am Neo in this bitch. I am glitching this shit. And he just went, it was so segmentedly beautiful. Yeah, there was an awkward twist and turn, but it wasn't even something that phased Gukesh. What I can see in the future for Gukesh is the ability to not conform to standard play. And I like the way that everyone in the arena is always talking about standard moves and standard plays, but when you're watching, you can see Gukesh is not nowhere near the ideology of these standardized moves that everyone else would make. And even when Magnus was making moves, he was preempting that Gukesh was going to make standard moves, and Gukesh didn't make standard moves at all. He's breaking trail here on the board in real time, in rapids and blitz. It's just beautiful. And I don't even know chess like this, but I am a fan now because I love all games and all things and all vibrations. But we digress because we came to talk about you. So let's get back to the story. And let's get back to the moral, which is that innovation. Breaking that status quo. Living a little bit radically on the edge. I always talk about radicalism in regards to self-love and never in regards to breaking the law. So we're going to pin that every single time we say radical. We say, don't break the law, motherfucker, please. Because ain't no one condoning that, yeah? There's laws for a reason. The hermatologist did not tell you to do anything that was not legit. We live legit lives, that's why we can glitch like this. Because we have morals and integrity here, people. Stay woke. Let's dive. Certain people in your life might need to leave and be gone forever. That's the truth. Yeah? You know when you know. Like, you need to go and listen to the podcast on the hermatology.me to understand the context of conversation that we really went through today. We spoke about skeptics and believers, people that minimize your ideologies, gaslight you, toxic relationships, family or friends, colleagues, anyone around you that makes you doubt your potential in life. Fuck them. They've got to go. Get them out. Get rid of them. We haven't got time for delay. No offense, but the only delay in your reality is that person telling you what you are not who you say you are, or you're not good enough for that, you're not good enough for this, you can't achieve that. No time. Stop wasting my time. This is space and time tarot. We're running on a paradox. We need to get in and out, right? Someone's got cipher in the nest. Interesting, I brought up cipher today. I don't often go this deep in the matrix with the content, but today I felt that need to go space and time heavy, and then I keep referencing cipher. Someone's got cipher in the nest, and what does cipher do in the end? Kill a bunch of motherfuckers and snake them, because all he really wants is what? Steak. He wants steak and the girl in the red dress. He would rather live in illusion. That's the truth. That's the point. Yeah. And I said steak, right? And I said snake, and in my head I'm just thinking about steaks. People that have got addiction to trading, gambling, yeah, crypto addicts. I don't know how much research and peer-reviewed articles are out there yet regarding trading addiction. People that lose all of their money because they decided to trade it, thinking that they were the crypto bros of the new world. No, you're shit. You lost all your money. Now you're back to square one. And now you're leeching on someone else. That's what I get. Telling you now, whoever that's for. Yeah? Gambling and trading are not far away from each other. Let's keep it real. And all the crypto bros can tell me otherwise and cry about it in the comments. Feel free, lads. But the truth of the matter is, it's a fine line, and this is how conscious you are in your mind and how smart you're using your money. You can lose it all if you're stupid. And someone seems to have lost it all because they're stupid. Period. Oh, I'm a bitch today. I love doing readings sometimes. You never know where you're going to go and what vibration is going to dominate the reading. And this is like kick-ass, fiery, up your ass, checkmate vibration. So, hell yeah. Let's go. Been shuffling for a while, clearing out the energy. High Priestess out upright. Oh, yeah. 5 of Wands in reverse. Straight away, intuition shifts. Yeah? The moment we talk about these things and we bring it to the conscious, we shatter paradigms in conversation. And that's what you understand in spiritual awakening. A lot of people will struggle with evolution and will push you away. They don't want to have a tower moment, tower card. They don't want to have a tower moment. They don't want to acknowledge their struggles in life. When you speak to a truly awakened person, you go to the depths of your consciousness. You go to deep, dark places that if are unresolved for you, will burn you. No! That's the Sacral chakra, the first card we had out. How convenient. Yeah? So the fact that we've just taken 19 minutes to discuss all the things we did early on, it shows we're breaking paradigms already. It shows we're going to have a beautiful week ahead. It shows, you know what, the High Priestess was limited because there was something in your circumference, something in your energy, something in your psyche or mind that was glitching you back to the past. Now that conflict just broke because we outed it. Not only that, next out, Queen of Wands, powerful, sexy, male or female, you are on fire this week. on fire. You got a lot to give to the universe. A lot of, to give to your company, your corporation, your image, your brand, your content, your pseudonym. Interesting. Okay. Getting a Satoshi vibration today. Yeah? Not only that, 6 of Swords coming out. You're moving on now. Finally, well done. You're moving on. It's been hell. Yeah? And I'm not going to harp on about the past, yeah? Because I kind of did in the podcast. So go over there and definitely check that out, okay? But the truth of the matter is, much clearer days now. Much lighter skies. A beautiful energy coming for you over the next year, yeah? The next 2 months specifically, you'll start seeing a reduction in stagnation if you've had that in your life or in your mind frame. In your creativity, yeah? Financially, you're already stable, I see. Financial stability hasn't been a problem. What has been the problem is, from what I can tell, is your ability to open up and offer yourself in new ways, higher evolved ways, in more confident ways. There's been this reluctance inside of you to give. Because not only did you feel like you didn't have it inside because you were drained by these other people that were taking from you. Imagine how the whole team felt after Cypher wiped out everybody else that was still on the shuttle. Do you get what I mean? It's a situation of stress and upset. Everyone's still grieving. There's a lot of grief here. You couldn't move forward. You were outrightly blocked. Yeah? You've been stabbed in your back, yeah? 10 of Swords in reverse coming out, right? Knight of Cups came out, just if you want to know the cards. The Chariot and Knight of Cups, both in reverse, followed by the 10 of Swords in reverse. So it's saying a really difficult situation where you weren't able to give, where you couldn't move forward, but luckily, you've just taken your time to remove the 10 swords out of your back. You've been stabbed in your back 10 times. You're not going to get up and move on overnight, are you? It's taken time. Not only that, that's provided you with clarity. Not only that, now the sun comes out, yeah? Out comes the sun card. This 3 of Swords, though, keeps bouncing back round, I'm not going to lie. So there is still heartache and pain inside of you, not to the heavy burden it was before, but there's this something in your sacral chakra that irritates you quite frequently about this situation. Yeah? Because it was meant to be a real victory for you, and it was robbed. Someone robbed something from you. Someone stole your win. Someone stole your victory. You've been really, really patient, you know? Really patient about this, and you've been making a really careful judgment about this as well. 7 of Pentacles out, Judgment card out. Eight of Pentacles out. A lot of confusion in work because I just got stuck on the 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles, and they're looking the same at me, and they're in between judgment. You're making a judgment about your career choice, your social media platforms, your money, your assets, your long-term goals, the sustainability of you, your company, your brand, your influence, all of it. All of it was up in arms. And this appears to be about you and your reputation, your ability to glitch the matrix and make something of yourself as an entrepreneur, as an independent, yeah? I don't see anyone else in this reading like family or friends or lovers or partners, so I kind of get a single independent vibration, mainly masculine energy coming in quite strong today with the images and everything I'm going for. It's giving masculine vibration strong. But it's giving the fact that whilst you've been in your masculine vibration, you've had no choice but to learn to master your feminine, because you've been quite emotional. There's been a lot of tears more than usual for you. Maybe over the last year and a half, 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, all of that kind of window of time, looking at a lot of pain and trauma, emotions, heartache, crying, depression, bouts of anxiety, self-sabotage, punishing yourself, maybe physically punishing yourself as well, so punching yourself or something like that, a little violence, self-inflicted pain, yeah? Going back and forth as well with one of you, 2 of you, a few of you. Guys, come on. Okay, a few of you guys, yeah, and I do see guys, quite a lot of guys I feel like watching this. Well done, guys. Come on in, get your mental health right. It is important for you too, even though you're encouraged to be less feminine. I see one guy has got like a friend around him who's maybe younger, immature. You know he's stupid, you know he's dumb, you know he just hangs around with you for the money. He's probably got an addiction to gambling or spending. He's not good with money, he's not good at all, he's not a positive in your life. He is always leaning on you emotionally, and he's just always tripping you up. He's just a negative influence. That person's been in your life quite a long time, back and forth. You go to them because you need someone and you have no one. I'm telling you now, you're best off being on your own than being with someone who's just juvenile and stupid and just delays you. Yeah, but you don't want to be alone so much, or you were going through that. This is changing now, so me outing it will change it more. But there's this kind of element of you tripping up over yourself because of this stupid, immature person again and again. Could be a brother, could be a younger brother as well. Idiot, imbecile. That's what I'll say. Truth be told, we must speak on. Next, there's another guy in business. You done a deal in business, okay? Now, the truth of the matter is 2 people walked away in business, and or this could be a sport, a craft. So whatever business is for you, right? Take it loosely, because I see a little shift in what I think business would appear to be, and it's different, right? 2 people walk away from a deal, an offer, a win, a championship, a step forward in a league, anything, right? But with that, I'm looking at a sneaky win. Now this looks like a cheating energy, a cheater, but it's not. So I'm looking at a really sexy, powerful, sorry, I'm a demisexual. Let me shut up and just growl myself in again. Saw a lot of a masculine, beautiful emotion coming through. That's the point. Calm down, hermatologist, calm down. I'm looking at a really empathic man who is somewhat resentful of himself. He feels like he's cheated his way to success. He feels like he's won unjustly. So 2 people have walked away, so they're out of the deal. They're not going to get a cut of whatever this win is. They're not going to get money. They're not going to get shares. They've got no part in this. While this guy is walking away with the absolute win. And that guy is you. And I'm looking at you, and you feel somewhat evil, deceptive, negative, dark. You feel like you've betrayed or stabbed someone in the back. You haven't. This is yours. People have left because they were defeated and they couldn't see the way. You see the way. This is your destiny. This is your life purpose. This is what you're meant to be doing as well. So don't feel guilty for this. Imagine you're on the verge of doing $1 billion deal, and 2 people are sitting here and they want in. You've told them the ramifications or what you want to do about this, and they've only pulled up and said, no, I only want it to be this way. We only believe it's going to be worth 1 mil, or we're only willing to invest 1 mil, but the minimum's 10M. Right? Just saying. So if that's the case, they've got to leave. And you know they're screwed because you're coming up B off of this 10M. And they've got 10M to give, but they don't see it as such. They see it as a 1M investment. That's not you. Your job isn't to persuade them 50 million times over to come and win with you in life. They're going their own way. They've seen their own thing. It's giving me crypto bros that go bananas over that $10 increase they got on that meme coin that day. Do you get what I'm like? Come on, guys, strive for more, please. But they don't want to, so you can't carry that. You can't carry that weight. People fail in life, people win in life, and we all have our ups and downs, and it is what it is. And you are definitely not a dark, demonic, bad, evil spirit for winning like this. Yeah? Because, right, I see the mischievousness in you. It's quite cheeky, and it's quite attractive as well. That's why I made that comment, because you can see it's like debonair, and it's like the way that you're going to look because of this, the way that you're going to come up and succeed in life because of this, the air and the elegance and the arrogance and the ego that could be attached or associated with you now because of this win, and this acceleration, this devotion and dedication to you, your life path, your destiny, where you're going. It's hot, it's epic, it's exactly what it's meant to be. Yeah, don't worry about anyone else who can't see your vision. Definitely go and watch that podcast. Really powerful purpose and ideologies of imagination here. Not only that, there's another guy here who is dreaming about a woman, I see. A woman he's in love with. absolute mirage. Now, some of you, this is a dream woman that doesn't exist yet, but you've been manifesting. Like, put your feelers out there, I would say. Whatever you want, manifest it. Yeah? Because at the end of the day, imagination is the core. And you need to know what you want to attract it to yourself. Like attracts like. I see a man who has been long manifesting a specific kind of woman. The way she looks, the way she dresses, the way she carries herself, the way she speaks, what she gives to you. You're looking for emotional sentiment. I feel like there's a man who has a lot of beautiful things in his life already. A man who potentially has frizzy, spiky hair, right? Or likes like punk rock, edgy hairstyles, like funk, like gel flicked at the front is what I'm getting. Really cute. And then this seems like kind of a younger person though, or this is like kind of even maybe your inner child vibration going, you knew what you wanted in childhood, in adolescence, you're in a child, what you kind of wanted as your princess, right? Your Rapunzel, your Belle, your dream Disney princess is the point, yeah? Cheesy, but be that cheesy in life, please. Be that cheesy in life because it works, yeah? Every single time I have pushed myself in a relationship, really gone for it, really gone above and beyond in the connection, whether or not it's worked out, which it hasn't, it's made me evolve. It's made me more steadfast and stronger and grounded in what I know I want. And in relationships I often go in with this expectation of what they potentially could be. And to date, no one's ever met my expectations because we shouldn't have them supposedly, right? But I've given that person my view of their potential. I maybe have not said it as such, but I've treated them as such. And whether or not they've met that potential I foresaw, I've met the potential to align to that vibration that I believe they exuded. So although they didn't accrue that vibration, I pulled up and accrued that vibration by just believing in them. And that's what life is meant to be, in my opinion. That's why we're here. That's what God vibration is seeing someone, the beauty in someone, and standing in that, and exuding that, and loving somebody for who they are, and seeing them as a God, a divine being, someone who could be so much more, someone who is that more. Whether they do or don't exude it in that now moment. And what I've constantly experienced through that approach is potentially that man crumbling to the floor and not feeling good enough and trying to compete with me and feeling burdened by my approach because I'm a divine feminine kicking ass, or a wounded feminine making it abundantly clear I'm wounded and what I want in life. Either way, whatever vibration I'm in, guess who ascended? I did. Guess who evolved? I did. Guess who is more grounded in ideologies of love and truth and like attract like, and who is more encompassed into the whole of manifestation for the love that I do seek and desire in the future? Me. We're allowed. And relationships are allowed to break and fail and not be exactly what we wanted them to be. But let's set precedents and let's not listen to the bullshit ideology that your standards are too high. If someone says your standards are too high, then your standards are too high for them. Your standards are never too high for you you are a unique individual who creates your own standards. So go after what you want. Ascend. I love the ideology of your network attracts your net worth. And I use it in an out-of-body context because I'm not talking about net worth when I say it. I'm talking about confidence, demeanor. You understand, like, billionaires, millionaires, the rich and wealthy, they have a different mindset. The liberatory mind frame, the consciousness, and the ideology of what can be achieved or what they can do, is at a different level because they have that money liberation. So separate to the net worth, there is other qualities that wealth does bring to the table. And you can find those qualities in other individuals, spiritual, religious. It's the liberated soul. Yeah? the less chains you have, the more liberated you are. So you want to align to people that are more liberated. Do you get it? So yes, your network reflects your net worth, but we all have our own unique ideology of net worth. We all have our own unique nets. So you're best off making sure that your net is catching the right kind of fish, the right kind of revenue, the right kind of resolve, the right kind of testimony, morals, integrity, grit, love language, personality style, archetypes, right? Dimensions of consciousness, understanding, intelligence, all of that matters here. Beyond the standardized ideology of net worth, what are you worth? When we strip away everything that you fucking got and you're standing naked like Adam and Eve, let me see your worth. What is it? Pull up, let me see what you're really bringing to the table other than your bag. Because you think that Fendi, that Louis, that Hermes is it for you. Strip it away, what have you got? Because most of you have nothing left. Your car. Your wallet. Yeah? Your Bitcoin wallet, your Coinbase wallet, your BNB, your Ethereum. Let me take that away, let's see what really stands. Yeah? Your fake abs, your surgery body, your 14 facelifts. Let's put them all on the side for a minute. If we had to go through a new world portal and you had to go through the Stargate, and on the way through the Stargate we had to strip you of absolutely everything that was not O1 at birth. Ugh, imagine that. Luckily we're not making that a tech. You'll be fine, right? But imagine, who knows what's going to happen after we're dead and gone. You're going to have to go through the portal, and once you come out the other side of the portal into the new world, everything's got to go. I'm sorry. You can come back and forth to this dimension all you want to, but when you go through this dimension right here, we're stripping you of everything. So your 14 facelifts are gone, your fake abs are gone, your liposuction's gone, your Hermeses are gone, your Lambos gone, your Ferraris gone. Sorry, got to take it. Your cyber's out. Cheap as it is, it's out. Yeah? Everything is gone. What are you going to be like when you come out on the other side? My goodness. Yeah. Vile. 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 What does that mean? Try and be more than the materialism that surrounds your reality, please. Try and break the matrix. Try and step out of illusion. Try and be more. And that's quite obnoxious to say try and be more. But in this case, less is more. Do you get it? Try and be more of you. The you that doesn't need anything else but you. Imagine that. Imagine how far you could get in your life if you choose to just be you without all the extra shit. Worth a try if it changes your reality in a healthy way. And that's where you're at. Because if you come from certain communities and social groups and you're trying to move in a new direction now, business, career, industry, whatever it is, and things are changing for you, you're stepping out of a paradigm that has been status quo for you and you're shifting. You're in a paradox of change at this time. And as you are going through that, you have to understand that there's parts of you that are going to be stripped away and shredded. Parts of you that don't work over here, right? And you've got to let it go. You've got to move on, and you've got to be able to see that that was a horcrux, a limitation in your reality in the past. So let's let it go. Yeah, 8 of Cups coming out. Time to move on. Knight of Cups. Wow. It's time to make an offer. It's time to make an offer in love. This is really sexy, okay? Let me tell you why, because this is coming up to me more than anything else as an offer you make to yourself. After everything I've just spoken about, it's about you really loving yourself now. You can love yourself in private all day long, but now it's like this energy of loving yourself publicly. When you start to show up and you break through ideologies of shame or ridicule or embarrassment or what you can or can't say, and there's restraints on your tongue, and you've got to show up this way on social media, and you've got to say all these nice things to your colleagues and your family and friends. You've got to be this really specific kind of person to fit in and survive. When you break that paradigm and you go, no, I love me enough, I'm going to stand in me, You've been doing it for ages anyway. You've done it. You've done the hard work, but it's taken its toll on you psychologically for a long time because of this. So you've just moved away. You've been quite hermetic in that approach. You've been an emperor, running your business, running your company, running your life, running your brand, running you. You've been living life. You've been playing this game called life. Now, though, Ace of Coins, materializing it. Seriously. Yeah, Magician. Wow. This manifestation is epic for you. It is taking away all the burdens and trauma from your past. You could have came from a really, really poor I wanted to say something, then I just got stopped because I'm getting mixed messages. Hold on. I wanted to say some of you could come from a really poor background, but then I wanted to say some of you came from a really poor upscale. So you upscaled your business, yeah? You upscaled in life, got a new house, yeah? This is where people really struggle and don't realize. You go and buy a $1 million mansion because you just got 4M or something like that. You don't really think sometimes about the distribution of that money and that long-term sustainability. And so many people in this life, which I feel is a real danger and a horcrux for so many young innovators in the field, they don't really have the money expertise from some of the backgrounds they're coming from, and they think it's a smart move because, well, I've got 4M, so well, yeah, I can buy a house for 1M. But there's long-term distribution. And when's the next time you get in your next 4M? If you have not got a secured return on 4M on a specific kind of roster or window of time, then you don't want to eat away at your finances. This is in business as well. Someone made an investment or a big deal and a big chunk of money, and at the end of the day, that money never came back round. Social media influencers, you get a brand deal one week, you get picked up by a company. In freelance contracts, you get a freelance contract for 300k. You get to be a brand ambassador for this country for 10k. You get a deal over here. You get a whatever. You get a lease on this. You get all of these deals and things offered to you in different jobs. Like celebrities, you get a movie. That movie's not going to pay you forever in most instances. Royalties, dividends, yeah? Return on investment. All of these things are incredibly important for sustainable living, yeah? Like B. Simone going viral for saying, I have to shop in H&M. I can't afford Bloomingdale's anymore. Ridiculous example, but still an example. Because it's at the end of the day, she clearly did not have the liquid like she said. And she's working on a show like Wild 'N Out, which isn't millions, but she's getting a stable salary and she's in the entertainment sector. Everyone thinks she's doing great because she's on TV, and they're not. Just like The Only Way is Essex, a lot of ITVX shows, that's the app ITVX in the UK, shows on there like The Only Way is Essex, they get paid £400 an episode if they get featured in it. Yet their reputations are on the line, their lives are just dragged through the mill. It's not great. It's not great for them, and they're not making any real money most of the time, but they appear to be making money, and they spend all their money on clothes and making their house look good for the show as an influencer as well. When I was doing the influencing experiment, I was saving as much money as I could. I was still doing a million different things that I do in my life to make money. And in that same breath, I've still got to give this image off to the rest of the world, or for my content. I've got to make my content look great. I need outfits. I need this. I need to decorate. I need a setup. It's costly. If you cannot ensure that the return on that investment is gonna be you breaking even or in profit, then you can't even engage. You can't invest. And that's in every area of life. That's in every aspect. That's in relationships. I'm sorry, it is. It has to be now. When we're in the big leagues, we can't take risks. We've already been through all the risks that left us heartbroken. We've seen that in the tarot. We're accepting that we're leveling up in the game. We're talking about a lot of M's and B's today. We're not talking Litecoin at all. No offense, Litecoin is a real thing. We're not referring to that. We are not promoting crypto here. FCA, come out the section. This is for Neo only. My God. So, with that in mind, it's time. It's time. Page of Wands, Page of Swords, Knight of Wands. Acceleration is not a joke here, guys. The World, the Fool. You know exactly what you need to do. Tower card, Four of Wands. You know exactly what you need to do. It's been tethered to the past version of you that you've been working through. The trauma, the old you, the anxiety, the stress, the acceptance. That sacral chakra needed time. But now you're powering out of that dimension, that limitation. And you're moving forward in a really, really positive way, okay? Love who you are. Remember who you are and keep going. Don't give up. Don't stop. Be the Fool in this situation if you need to as well, because there's something about the Fool energy showing up to me here where you're coming off as the youngest, the most juvenile, the most innocent, the most wildest, the most rebellious, the silliest, the less qualified. But the world is yours. The world is your oyster. Do you know, like... Oh... The reason I am the way I am at this time in my life and the statements I do make online are the way in which they are is because I'm empowered by the years I have left on this planet and where I'm at today. Didn't even know if I wanted to share that with you. I was thinking about how to word that. But the win for me, and this is where we find wins nowadays, people, not in the materialism of the conversation, because that's destined if you're living life on the right path and actually doing the strategic planning and the rev up and the dev up and doing the damn thing. Don't worry, that's going to lock in by itself. The true premise and purpose is you understanding you churning out your true alignment from core integrity, sacral chakra, yeah? Accepting who you are. And that comes in wins that are uniquely different than other people's wins. Because they're internal. They're morally integritous. They're rich in new age ways. I want to say spiritual ways, in godly ways, but that was too heavy because it's not even that. It's ethereal ways. I win because I value my intelligence today. And I value that I'm 36 years old and I've got a lot more time on this planet. And I see what I'm building and I see where I'm going and I've scaled it and I've looked at the peer reviewed. And I've networked with everybody I need to understand and assure myself on my designs. So I'm going to stabilize me now. And I'm going to work on me being grounded and me being the best version of me. So when the time does come, because we are all moving towards that pivotal period of space and time that defines this now moment that we struggled in to get to where we want to be, then I'll be there and I'll be this and it will be everything I imagined it to be or manifested it to be, because I've got time and time is on your side. Time is on our side. So we can sing from the rooftops and jump for joy and be positive and speak things into existence and speak like we have it, even if we don't yet. Because if we truly know inside of ourselves that we are magical and we do believe and we are gifted and we are powerful and we are manifesting and we've accepted who we are destined to be in this lifetime, it is already ordained. And the time on the clock is only ticking in our favour. So let us give thanks today for seeing beyond the illusion of time. Seeing beyond the illusion of the psyche and what is high or what is low. What is worth. What is more and what is less. For you are enough. And you have long been. But until you know that internally and your chakras spin clean and positive in the right direction through all of these obstacles, that's when you are light. Yeah? The light being that you're destined to be, that you're ordained to be, that you were born as, that you are inherently. Yeah? Love and light, crew. I'll be back soon with more.